What is going on, folks? It is Rigor Mortis. We are back with yet another video, and today we are talking about Shiba Inu. Folks, I'll be the first to admit, the things that I'm going to be talking about in today's video are going to seem a little boring, but trust me, the information is crucial to the future of Shiba Inu and how we are going to move for the next several months. Today we are going to be talking about the elephant in the room, and that is inflation. Now, folks, this has been a part of the narrative that we have been building for a very long time here on this channel. We know that the Federal Reserve has a very important decision to make in the middle of March as to whether or not they are going to increase interest rates, and if they do, by how much. And that is going to directly affect the broader market, and in turn, it is going to affect Shiba Inu. Now, I always tell you guys, this is a predictive market. Everything is priced in. And it's all based off of whether or not we hit those expectations that something positive comes or negative comes. So that is what we are going to be talking about today: inflation, the CPI data, and what I am seeing in the market today. If you guys are new around here, make sure you hit that subscribe button, join the family, throw a like on this video, as it really helps the algorithm get it out to more people, and comment down below. I want to hear your thoughts and opinions about all things Shiba Inu. And keep in mind, folks, WeBull is putting on one of their biggest promotions yet, and as a WeBull affiliate, you are going to be able to find my link in the description below and also pinned up at the top of the comments. You use my link, open up a brokerage account with WeBull, and deposit just 1 cent, folks. 1 penny is all they are asking for. You are going to get 5 free stocks guaranteed, absolutely no questions asked. On top of that, you do 1 crypto transaction on WeBull, which can be as little as $1. You are going to get $5 back in a cryptocurrency of your choice. And of course, Shiba Inu can be one of those choices. So make sure you check out the link in the description below. It's going to be the very first link. I'm also going to pin it up at the top of the comments for ease of access. So first and foremost, let's talk about the CPI data. What did we get today? Well, it was ugly, but it hit expectations perfectly. And that's why we really didn't see a major turn in the market. CPI for all items rises 0.8% in February. That means all items combined. Well, that's what analysts predicted was going to happen. We know that it's going to get ugly before it gets pretty. In February, the consumer price index for all urban consumers rose by 0.8%, seasonally adjusted, and rose 7.9% over the last 12 months. Inflation is sky high here in the United States, folks. And with that, the Federal Reserve has to do something. Now, whether or not they are overly aggressive with getting down this inflation number, that becomes the question. Of course, right now we have very, very tight supply chain issues. And as things start returning to normalcy, people are predicting that this inflation is going to take care of itself, that it is truly transitory, that we are in a state right now where things are backed up, and as soon as we return to normalcy and jobs start clearing back up, that we will go back to that lower inflation number. The Federal Reserve doesn't want to take that bet. So what they are going to do is they are going to be increasing interest rates probably here in the next week or so. What does that mean for us Shiba Inu holders? You guys are probably asking, blah, 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 inflation, interest, all this, yada, yada. What does it mean for us? Well, folks, here's the graph for Shiba Inu on the day. Here is the chart for Ethereum. If you don't see the similarities, I think you're not looking close enough. They are identical. Which means anything that is impacting Ethereum, guess what? Shiba Inu is going along for the ride, whether or not it be good or bad. So if the Federal Reserve comes out, right now what we are anticipating, now of course this is anticipation, anything could change. We are anticipating that they come out with a 1/4 point increase in interest rates. Right now it's 0%. They're going to do a 1/4 point increase here in the middle of March. If they come out and say, hey, inflation is looking really, really, really bad. We don't think supply chain issues are going to get fixed anytime soon. We got these tensions overseas. Oil prices are going to go sky high. Inflation is going to get worse. Guess what they're going to do? They don't care about the price that you bought Shiba Inu at or Ethereum. They're going to come out aggressive, swinging, increase those interest rates by a 0.5 point potentially, to try to really minimize the rate of inflation. On the other hand, there's always 2 sides to every story. They could come out and say, you know what? inflation is truly transitory. That stuff that we were saying last year, yeah, we believe it. Inflation is transitory, it's going to take care of itself, and we don't even need to increase interest rates. Those are the two scenarios at the opposite ends of the spectrum. If we get that half-point increase, I think we are going to see some pain in the market. Because at the end of the day, this market is fragile, right? And something that could seem good in this market, to our eyes, well, guess what? The institutions might not see it that way. A lot of people think that Bitcoin, Ethereum, and crypto in general is a huge hedge against inflation. And I'll be the first to admit, I agree. I 100% agree. I think it's a great hedge against inflation. But when inflation comes out sky high, the Federal Reserve is talking about increasing interest rates, they're worried about the value of the dollar. In a market like this, where institutions are starting to get heavily invested, it scares people. So they tend to sell and go into safer commodities when there's times of uncertainty. And therein lies the problem. It might look bullish to us. What are these people doing selling when inflation is sky high? It's all about that uncertainty, folks. We're seeing tensions overseas. That was a set of uncertainties, and it continues to be. Biden regulation, that was uncertainty yesterday. And guess what happened? We beat those expectations, and we saw this run start to build up, and then people started getting worried about CPI. On the day, the CPI data itself actually didn't really affect the market all that much. Because guess what? It hit those expectations. Like I said, this is a predictive market. We hit those expectations. It was already priced in. Nobody batted an eye. And now we are starting to see some falling here, some pain towards the end of the day. And this could be because people are starting to recognize, okay, inflation came in where we expected it. But wait a second now. Inflation is not getting any better. The Federal Reserve is looking at inflation saying, whoa, we need to take care of that. And we need to take care of that quick. This all comes together to increase that uncertainty, folks. And it's not just Shiba Inu alone. If Shiba Inu was the only one that had this downwards pressure, we would have a lot more to talk about. But it's not just SHIB alone. We use Ethereum as that measuring stick. Look at Ethereum. It's doing the exact same thing, folks. So it's not SHIB alone. What I can say, though, is that there are people that are rotating into SHIB. Why are they doing this? Let's look at some of the bright sides. Well, the fact of the matter is, sure, we don't know what's going to happen over the next 6 months, but we have a better guess as to what's going to happen over the next 6 years. The next 6 months, there's a lot of uncertainty. Might get a little rocky, some volatility there. But in my opinion, over the next several years, there's a lot more clarity. The bullishness right now of cryptocurrency is unmatched. We are in no way, shape, or form like we were way back in the day, back in 2018 when we saw this huge fall in cryptocurrency. We're not there anymore. Back here when we saw this fall in 2018, guess what? There was barely anybody invested in terms of institutional investment, institutional involvement, barely any. And then we saw this huge bear market. Why? Because there wasn't that much interest for cryptocurrency. Now we are in a whole different ballgame. Everybody is foaming at the mouth for this stuff. That is why I think even if we do see some pain in the market, institutions, hedge funds, and even retail investors are going to see that as an opportunity to buy up the tokens that they feel most confident in. And you guys already know me. There's my winners in my opinion, and there are the ones that I think are going to perform very well. And Shiba Inu is most definitely at the top of the list for me. That is to say though, you guys got to keep in mind, I'm by no means a financial advisor. I'm just here to put you guys on plays that I'm interested in. Please go out and do your own research before investing in anything I talk about on my channel, as these videos are for entertainment and educational purposes only. That is all I have for you guys in today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching all the way to the end. I recognize that it was a little bit boring, but trust me, this information is crucial and the narrative is continuing to be written. Thank you guys so much once again. It's been your boy Rigor Mortis. I'm out the scene, folks. Peace out.